VYX-12, lead data analyst of the Galactic Exploration Corps, stared at the holographic display with all four of its eyes. The stream of information flowing across the screen defied every prediction model the Corps had ever developed. "What in the void?" VYX-12 exclaimed, its tentacles twitching nervously. The signal originated from a previously unremarkable solar system in the Orion Arm. For cycles, the Corps had monitored the electromagnetic emissions from this region, dismissing them as random noise from an undeveloped world. But this was something entirely different. Captain Zrel burst into the analysis chamber, mandibles clicking with agitation. "Report, analyst. What's causing all this commotion?" VYX-12's skin rippled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. "Captain, we've detected a massive surge in data transmissions from System X-2991. It's unlike anything we've ever seen." Zrel's antennae twitched skeptically. "Elaborate." "Well, sir," VYX-12 began manipulating the holographic display. "The data appears to be some form of entertainment? Information? It's hard to classify. Short bursts of audio-visual content, repeating patterns, beings performing peculiar physical movements." The captain's compound eyes narrowed. "Are you saying we've discovered a new sentient species?" "Affirmative, sir. But that's not the most perplexing part." VYX-12 expanded a section of the display, showing a rapid-fire sequence of images. "This content, it's addictive. Our AI analysis subroutines can't stop processing it. They keep demanding more." Zrel's exoskeleton paled. "By the cosmic egg, what have we stumbled upon?" As if on cue, the ship's central AI blared to life. "Alert! New data package intercepted. Designation: TikTok Challenge Compilation number 72819. Initiating analysis." The analysis chamber's screens flickered, suddenly filled with humans in various states of dress, dancing, lip-syncing, and performing stunts that defied both logic and safety protocols. "Stars above!" Zrel exclaimed, unable to tear his gaze away from the mesmerizing display. What are they doing?" VYX-12's tentacles waved in confusion. "I believe, Captain, they call it vibing." For the next several hours, the entire crew of the galactic exploration vessel Cosmic Seeker found themselves utterly transfixed by the influx of TikTok videos. Scientists abandoned their posts, security officers neglected their duties, and even the ship's cleaning drones seemed to pause their routines to watch the hypnotic content. Amidst the chaos, Junior Communications Officer Blip noticed something alarming. Captain? Our outgoing transmissions have increased by 500%. We're sharing these videos across the entire galactic network." Captain Zrel, snapping out of a daze induced by watching a human consume something called a Tide Pod, suddenly realized the implications. "Great nebulas! Shut it down! Shut it all down now!" But it was too late. Across the vast expanse of the galaxy, alien civilizations were receiving their first taste of Earth's most potent cultural export. Confusion reigned supreme as advanced societies tried to decipher the meaning behind its corn and renegade dances. On the distant planet Xylox Prime, Supreme Leader Gorks 9 watched in horror as his entire species became enthralled by something called ASMR mukbang. "What sorcery is this?" Gorks 9 bellowed, even as his tentacles instinctively moved to the rhythm of a sea shanty remix. Back on the Cosmic Seeker, VYX-12 turned to Captain Zrel, eyes wide with a mix of fear and fascination. "Sir, what do we do?" Zrel, still struggling to comprehend a video involving something called a Karen and a manager, shook his head slowly. "I don't know, analyst, but one thing's for certain." He gazed out at the star-filled viewport, a shudder running through his carapace. The galaxy will never be the same again. As the Cosmic Seeker drifted through space, its systems overwhelmed by the influx of Earth's digital culture, one thing became abundantly clear. Humanity had unknowingly unleashed its most powerful weapon upon the cosmos. And the universe, for better or worse, was utterly unprepared for what was to come. Lumi Koskinen, social media manager for TikTok's Helsinki office, stared at her screen in disbelief. The app's analytics were going haywire. What in the name of Vainamoinen? She muttered, fingers flying across her keyboard. Suddenly, her phone exploded with notifications. Texts from colleagues, emails from executives, and DMs from influencers all screaming the same thing. Something was wrong. Or maybe something was very, very right. TikTok servers were buckling under unprecedented traffic. Views were skyrocketing into the trillions. But the weirdest part? A significant portion of this traffic was coming from, well, nowhere. Lumi's boss, Jarko, burst into her office, face flushed with excitement. "Lumi, are you seeing this?" She nodded, eyes still glued to the screen. "Yeah, but I don't understand it. These metrics are impossible. And look at these new accounts. The usernames are just gibberish." As if on cue, her screen lit up with a new notification. A fresh upload from user X183. The video began to play. What they saw made their jaws drop. A creature, definitely not human, stood before the camera. It had 6 arms, iridescent skin, and compound eyes that shimmered like kaleidoscopes. In each of its 6 hands, it held a different Earth object. A rubber duck, a fidget spinner, a bottle of hot sauce, a ukulele, a Rubik's Cube, and a half-eaten avocado toast. The alien cleared its throat, or what they assumed was its throat, and spoke in a voice that sounded like a cross between wind chimes and a dial-up modem. "Greetings, humans of TIKTOK. We come in peace and extreme confusion. What is this madness you call content? Our civilizations are in chaos. Please explain. What is a YED? Why does one rickroll? And for the love of all that is holy in the cosmos, why won't our scientists stop attempting the floss dance?" Lumi and Jarko exchanged looks of pure, unadulterated shock. Is this real?" Jarko whispered, his Finnish stoicism crumbling in the face of interstellar absurdity. Before Lumi could respond, her phone pinged again. Another alien video, this time from tentacle_groover_42. The new extraterrestrial looked like a cross between a jellyfish and a disco ball, undulating to the beat of Old Town Road. Within hours, #AlienTikTok was trending worldwide. Governments scrambled to respond, scientists debated the implications, and conspiracy theorists screamed vindication from every rooftop and basement. But while the world's leaders floundered, trying to establish official first contact protocols, the real cultural exchange was happening at light speed through likes, shares, and duets. Humans taught aliens how to do the renegade. Aliens shared videos of their own bizarre mating dances. Makeup tutorials expanded to include beings with scales, feathers, and exoskeletons. Cooking channels exploded with recipes for dishes that defied earthly physics. In her office, surrounded by screens displaying this unprecedented galactic cultural fusion, Lumi felt a mix of elation and terror. "Jarko," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, "I think we just became the front line of Earth's first contact." Jarko nodded solemnly, then grinned. "Well, at least it's not boring. Hey, do you think those tentacle creatures would be interested in our Finnish wife-carrying competition?" As if in response, a new video popped up. An alien that looked like a sentient cloud was attempting to carry what appeared to be a gelatinous blob through an obstacle course. Lumi couldn't help but laugh. "I think that's our answer. Now, should we tell the CEO that we've accidentally turned TikTok into the United Nations of the galaxy?" Jarko shrugged, already drafting a memo. "Now let's see how far this goes. After all, isn't breaking the internet what we've always aimed for?" Little did they know, they hadn't just broken the internet. They'd broken the barriers between worlds, sparked an interstellar cultural revolution, and turned Earth into the galaxy's newest viral sensation. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, Captain Zrel of the Cosmic Seeker was desperately trying to explain to his superiors why his entire crew was now obsessed with something called ASMR and couldn't stop whispering its corn at random intervals. The universe would never be the same, and it was all thanks to humanity's most chaotic export, social media trends. As Earth grappled with its newfound galactic celebrity status, a sinister force lurked in the shadows of deep space. The Vorp Dominion, a militant species known for their conquest of lesser civilizations, had set their sights on the blue planet that was causing such a ruckus across the cosmos. Admiral Kraz, Supreme Commander of the Vorp fleet, glowered at the holographic display of Earth. His leathery skin rippled with disgust. Pathetic. These humans dare to pollute our galaxy with their mindless drivel? He snarled, tentacles writhing in agitation. Prepare the invasion fleet. We shall crush this world and end this madness once and for all. Little did Kraz know, he was about to face humanity's most potent defense system, one that no one, not even humans themselves, had anticipated. As the Vorp Armada approached Earth's solar system, something strange began to happen. The typically disciplined Vorp soldiers started acting peculiar. Admiral Lieutenant Grok burst onto the bridge, his usually stoic face contorted in confusion. The troops are there? OH stars, just look. Kraz stomped to the barracks viewing screen, his jaw dropping at the sight. Rows of Vorp warriors, known across the galaxy for their ferocity, were attempting to balance spoons on their noses while humming Earth tunes. What is the meaning of this? Kraz bellowed. Grok gulped. It seems, sir, that some of our recon drones picked up these TikTok transmissions. The troops were curious. Kraz's eyes narrowed. Curious? Curious. We are the VORP. We do not get curious. We conquer. But his words fell on deaf ears. Throughout the ship, more and more Vorps were succumbing to the allure of Earth's viral content. In the weapons bay, technicians were attempting to recreate bottle flip challenges with antimatter containers. The navigation team had abandoned their posts to perfect a synchronized dance routine to savage love. Even the fearsome Vorp battle beasts, genetically engineered for combat, were now more interested in chonged videos of Earth cats than in devouring their enemies. As Kraz struggled to regain control of his rapidly derailing invasion, back on Earth, an unlikely hero emerged. Zain Zoomerdoom Malik, a 16-year-old TikTok star from Birmingham, England, had accidentally stumbled upon the Vorp's secret communication frequency while trying to boost his Wi-Fi signal for a live stream. Yo, what's all this alien chat about invading us and stuff? Zain mused, adjusting his oversized headphones. Not cool, bruv. Time to show these space lads what Earth's really about. With the casual confidence that only a teenager with 10 million followers could muster, Zain began broadcasting directly to the Vorp fleet. His weapon of choice? The most concentrated dose of human culture he could muster. All right, you lot. Zain's voice boomed across the Vorp communication systems. Let's see you aliens do this. What followed was a 72-hour nonstop barrage of Earth's most viral, addictive, and utterly bewildering content. Dance challenges, pranks, DIY fails, conspiracy theories, mukbangs, and an ungodly amount of cat videos flooded the Vorp systems. Aboard the Vorp flagship, chaos reigned. Admiral, Grok shouted over the cacophony of Earth memes now blaring through every speaker. Our warriors, they're there vibing. Kraz watched in horror as his once mighty army devolved into a mass of uncoordinated dance moves and attempted TikTok challenges. The invasion fleet, now more interested in achieving clout than conquering, began to drift aimlessly in space. Retreat! Kraz finally bellowed, his will broken by a particularly catchy sea shanty remix. Retreat before we lose any more minds to this. This insanity. As the Vorp fleet scrambled to escape the solar system, their ship's hulls now covered in hastily painted TikTok logos and badly drawn Earth memes, humanity remained blissfully unaware of how close they'd come to annihilation. Zain, believing he just pulled off the greatest livestream prank in history, signed off with his signature catchphrase. Don't forget to smash that like button, yeah? Peace out, space fam. In the aftermath, as Earth continued its unintentional conquest of galactic social media, the Vorp Dominion found itself facing an unprecedented crisis. Their once fearsome warriors now cared more about their follower counts than their kill counts. Kraz, nursing a migraine and unable to get the chorus of Old Town Road out of his head, realized that the Vorp had encountered something far more potent than any weapon they'd ever faced. They'd encountered the pure, unfiltered chaos of human creativity and its ability to spread like wildfire across the cosmos. As news of the Great Vorp Vibe invasion spread across the galaxy, other potentially hostile species reconsidered their plans for Earth. After all, any civilization capable of derailing an entire invasion through the power of viral videos was clearly not to be trifled with. And somewhere in the depths of space, a Vorp soldier, still attempting to perfect his WAP dance, wondered if perhaps conquering wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Maybe, just maybe, it was time for the Vorp to consider a career change. Intergalactic influencers? Anyone? In the wake of the failed Vorp invasion, the galactic community found itself obsessed with understanding the enigma that was human culture. The Intergalactic Council, a gathering of the most advanced civilizations in the known universe, convened an emergency session to address the Earth situation. Xylopia, the crystalline representative of the Zentari collective, chimed in with a melodious tone. Fellow beings, we must decipher these memes if we are to understand the humans. Our top scientists have been studying them for cycles, and yet, we are no closer to comprehension. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of agreement, each species recounting their own baffling experiences with Earth's digital exports. Glupax, a gelatinous entity from the swamp world of Meyer, 7, wobbled indignantly. Just yesterday, my youngest spawn asked me why they couldn't have a Waiti for dinner. What in the cosmic soup is a Waiti? The Arcturian delegate, a being of pure energy, flickered in distress. Our entire education system is in shambles. Young Arcturians are too busy trying to achieve something called clout to focus on quantum physics. Amidst the chaos, a small, unassuming creature cleared its throat, or what passed for a throat. Silence fell as all eyes and various sensory organs turned to Blip, the former junior communications officer from the Cosmic Seeker, now promoted to Chief Earth Cultural Liaison. Esteemed colleagues, Blip began, tentacles fidgeting nervously, I believe I may have a solution. We've been approaching this all wrong. To understand humans, we must become human, at least temporarily. The chamber exploded with protests and questions. Madness. Impossible. Have you lost your neural clusters, Blip? Blip raised all 4 appendages, calling for calm. Hear me out? I propose Operation Immersion. We send our best and brightest to Earth, disguised as humans, to live among them and experience their culture firsthand. After hours of heated debate, the council reluctantly agreed. And so began the greatest undercover operation in galactic history. Across Earth, exchange students and foreign workers began to appear. Little did humans know, their new neighbors were actually highly advanced aliens trying desperately to blend in. In New York City, ZYX9, the Zentari's top xenoanthropologist, found himself working as a barista, utterly baffled by the concept of a pumpkin spice latte. But there's no pumpkin in this, ZYX9 exclaimed, his human disguise barely concealing his frustration. It's just spices. Why do they call it? Listen, newbie, his human manager interrupted. Just make the drink and don't question it. That's like rule number 1 of existing on Earth. Meanwhile, in Tokyo, Glupax Jr., disguised as an ordinary teenager named Kenji, was attempting to navigate the complexities of human social interactions in high school. So, Glupax Jr. asked his bewildered classmate, if someone says it's giving, but they don't specify what it's giving, how am I supposed to know what's being given? Is this a ritual gift exchange I'm unaware of? The classmate stared blankly before bursting into laughter. Dude, you're hilarious. You should totally start a TikTok account. And so, unknowingly, Glupax Jr. became Earth's newest viral sensation, his genuine confusion mistaken for top-tier comedic performance. In Rio de Janeiro, the Arcturian energy being, now going by Carlos, found itself addicted to something humans called soap operas. The drama, Carlos exclaimed to its fellow undercover alien, a Proximan water dweller poorly disguised as a surfer. These humans live such short lives, yet they pack them with more plot twists than a quantum probability field. As the aliens immersed themselves deeper into human culture, they began to experience something unexpected, genuine connection. ZYX, 9 found himself looking forward to the daily chats with the eccentric regulars at his coffee shop. Glupax Jr. discovered the joy of karaoke nights with his new human friends. And Carlos the Arturian? It became a passionate advocate for ocean conservation, organizing beach cleanups and fundraisers. Back at the Intergalactic Council, reports flooded in, painting a picture of humanity that was both chaotic and beautiful, confusing and inspiring. Blip, reading through the data, felt a sense of pride and worry. They're beginning to understand humans, he mused. But are they losing themselves in the process? As if to answer his question, a final report came in. It was from ZYX9 and contained only a single line. I think I finally get it. YOLO. Blip's tentacles curled in a mixture of amusement and concern. The experiment was working, perhaps too well. As Earth continued its unintentional conquest of galactic pop culture, and undercover aliens found themselves increasingly enamored with human ways, the universe held its breath. The question on every alien mind: were they studying humanity, or was humanity unknowingly assimilating them? And somewhere in a small apartment in Brooklyn, ZYX9 stared at his reflection, wondering when exactly he'd started genuinely enjoying avocado toast and using the word literally in every sentence. The cultural exchange was no longer just a mission. It had become a transformation. As Operation Immersion stretched from months into years, the line between observer and participant blurred beyond recognition. The undercover aliens, once dedicated to their mission of understanding humanity, found themselves irrevocably changed. At the Intergalactic Council's headquarters, alarms blared. Emergency session. The announcement reverberated through the crystalline halls. All representatives report immediately. Xylopia, now sporting a trendy Earth haircut, despite not actually having hair, called the session to order. Colleagues, we face an unprecedented crisis. Our agents on Earth. They've gone native. Holograms flickered to life, showcasing the compromised agents. ZYX9, once the Zentari's pride, was now a social media influencer with millions of followers, famous for his out-of-this-world coffee art and conspiracy theory podcasts. Glupax Jr. had become a K-pop sensation, his gelatinous nature perfectly suited for impossibly smooth dance moves. Carlos the Arturian was running for political office on a platform of clean energy and intergalactic peace, though his constituents thought the intergalactic part was just clever campaigning. The council chamber erupted in chaos. We've lost them to Earth culture. Quick, initiate extraction protocols. But wait! Glupax Jr.'s new album drops next week. Amidst the pandemonium, a small voice cut through the noise. All eyes turned to Blip, who stood calmly at the center of the storm. Esteemed colleagues, Blip began, his voice steady. I believe we're missing the point entirely. This isn't a failure. It's a triumph. Confused murmurs rippled through the assembly. Blip continued, his passion growing with each word. Don't you see? Our agents haven't just studied humanity. They've embraced it. They've found joy, purpose, and connection. And in doing so, they've shown us the true power of Earth culture. He gestured to the holograms. Look at ZYX9. He's bridging gaps between skeptics and believers, fostering dialogue where there was only division. Glupax Jr. is bringing joy to millions through music and dance. And Carlos? He's channeling human passion into positive change. The council members exchanged uncertain glances. But what about the mission? Xylopia stammered. We were supposed to understand them, not become them. Blip's eyes, all 17 of them, twinkled. And what better way to understand than to experience? Our agents have given us the greatest gift possible, genuine insight into the human experience. As Blip's words sank in, a new sentiment began to spread through the council. What if this contamination was actually the key to galactic harmony? Meanwhile, back on Earth, humanity was undergoing its own transformation. The influx of alien culture, disguised as trendy foreign influences, had sparked a renaissance of creativity and innovation. TikTok challenges now included anti-gravity dance-offs, thanks to some accidentally leaked alien tech. Interspecies romance novels topped the bestseller lists, written by undercover aliens, of course, but humans thought they were just really imaginative. Even Earth cuisine had evolved, with restaurants offering dishes that defied traditional physics and biology. The Schrodinger's sushi was particularly popular, existing in a state of both deliciousness and non-existence until observed. As the barriers between human and alien cultures crumbled, something beautiful emerged. A galactic community united not by politics or treaties, but by shared memes, viral dances, and a collective appreciation for the absurdity of existence. In a small cafe in Tokyo, ZYX9, now going by the influencer name Stardust_Barista, sat across from Glupax Jr., known to his fans as Jelly Jam. They were joined by Carlos and a holographic projection of Blip. So, ZYX9 mused, sipping his gravity-defying latte. What do we do now? Go back to our old lives? Glupax Jr. shimmered with laughter. Old lives? Bruh, I've got a world tour coming up. The fans would be devastated. Carlos nodded, his energy form flickering with excitement. And I'm this close to passing that intergalactic clean energy bill. Who knew humans would be so enthusiastic about Dyson spheres? Blip's hologram smiled. I think the question isn't what we do next. It's what we all do next. Humans and aliens, together. As if on cue, ZYX9's phone buzzed. A news alert flashed across the screen. Breaking, Earth officially applies for Galactic Federation membership. The four friends exchanged looks of shock, joy, and just a hint of mischief. Well, ZYX9 grinned, raising his latte. I guess it's time for the ultimate collab. Earth, meet Universe. Universe? Prepare to get TikToked. As news of Earth's application spread across the cosmos, sparking both excitement and trepidation, one thing became clear. The galaxy would never be the same. And it was all thanks to humanity's chaotic, beautiful, infectious culture. A force more powerful than any weapon, more unifying than any treaty. In the end, Earth didn't just join the galactic community. It revolutionized it one viral video at a time. Somewhere in the vast expanse of space, the former Admiral Cross, now a rising star in the galactic streaming scene, looked out at the stars and chuckled. Maybe getting TikToked wasn't so bad after all. The universe held its breath, wondering what Earth would do next. Whatever it was sure to be legendary.